I mean, maybe we just start, and if he hops in, just.
Yeah. Do you want to? We want to give a little context for Trent Christensen.
Yeah. So all right. So I don't know when this started or when not, but our producer Lance, he sent to the Zoom, is like, all right, Trent Christensen, and like in his head, like he just did it so fast, like he nailed it. I was like, nope, Trent Ryan. I don't know who Trent Christensen is, so we perhaps might have a Trent Christensen joining the show here shortly.
The more Trents, the merrier. Yeah.
I don't want to give up my email, but mine's pretty straightforward. And as for a guy who's worked here for a pretty long time, it's a pretty straightforward email. I don't know what the other guy's email is, but mine's unmistakable, I would say.
You hide yours? I keep mine on my Twitter bio.
Oh. I'll let people try to figure it out. It's the easiest thing in the world, but I don't think mine's out there.
Oh, here he is. Here he is.
Let him
Trent
in.
Christensen.
Can we get your camera on?
Trent
Christensen, TC.
PC.
Trent, can you hear us? Trent C.
I don't know if this guy's ever used a Zoom before.
Dude, who is this guy?
Let's just start the show.
I want to see the guy's face first.
We're going to have a Trent off. Trent off.
What are you hiding, Trent Christensen?
Turn your camera on.
Just hit the little camera button in the
I feel like
bottom.
we're talking to Mr. Portnoy here.
Won't let me unmute video. He sent a message to the chat. Won't let me unmute or video. That's suspicious.
Oh, kick him out of here.
Get him out of here. Get him out.
Trent Christensen.
He's done.
That is ridiculous,
Removed.
Trent.
All right, that was a big letdown. I really wanted to beat that guy.
I was gonna go nuts when I saw his face, kind of like at what's the
Toronto you know
Tavern?
what? No, report him.
Yeah, actually,
report him.
Please report him.
Yeah.
On that note, you don't have to report him, Lance.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. I don't know. You looked like you were getting in the weeds about
what's going
reporting
on
that
here.
match. Oh no, Trent Christensen ruined our Zoom.
He did.
Can you guys see us?
It was a inside job.
Did we lose the guys?
I think we
Wait,
did.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. All
right.
Climb in there. Yeah.
We have to log back into something.
I don't know what's going on. Trent Christensen threw this thing for a rumble.
Are we live? Is this like going to be on the podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're live.
Yeah. We are in the show.
All right, bang, bang. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. It is January 8th. Snake Draft Monday. As you could hear, we got Trent Ryan and we got Clem. The real Trent. Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here. We talked a little bit, maybe not before we started. I don't know when this thing started, but we are doing a cookie draft and harder list to put together than I thought it was going to be. So I'm very curious to see what you guys have. But I when I was going through sort of what my favorite cookies were, I struggled more than I thought I would. So I'm curious to see what you guys came up with.
Okay. Now, did you struggle with what you liked, or like just saying that there's not a quantity of cookies? Because I think there's a ton of cookies.
What I like, would be more. There's definitely a ton of cookies. There's a ton of cookie brands. There's a ton of cookie types.
Yeah.
I just went through my head and I was like, I only like a certain amount. It's not like a huge amount of different types of cookies. I kind of stay in my own lane. So we'll see.
Okay.
And it's been much talked about Marianne, my mom, and this. I grew up in a house that she was like the Mariano Rivera of cookies. She had one pitch. She threw it at a Hall of Fame level, and that's all I ever really ate. We never really had store-bought cookies. It was just Marianne's, I can just say it if someone's going to take a chocolate chip. That's kind of what I was raised on. The other ones I stumbled into by mistake.
Clem, where are you at? Because I think there's a shit ton of good cookies. I mean, no surprise, but I think there's a great board here.
Yeah, we're very much our stereotypical dozen selves right now. I have a list of about 40 deep right here, and I cut some off. I'm like, I don't want to run too long with the honorable mentions when this is over. And I told you, and I said in text last night, I was like, Chief's going to have 5 different kind of chocolate chips when it's done.
Yeah.
There are so many good cookies. But I should note, like you said, everything's available. Store-bought, homemade, it's all there.
Yeah, okay.
However, should we get into our debate?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck it. Let's
You don't want to do the debate?
Let's see if it happens.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna. Eddie's like an Oreo is an Oreo is an Oreo. So I think.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I did not say that. I said like golden Oreo would qualify. Obviously, one original Oreo would qualify, depending what kind you wanted. But Chief wants his board to be like fucking all 5 variation of like most stuff.
So if you draft an Oreo, you get the whole package?
That's crazy. There's like a big there's a big gap between a double stuffed and a thin. Those are not the same cookie.
I guess.
I'm with Chief on that one.
I'm with Chief too. That's already majority rules right there.
I'm kind of offended you think that, Ed.
Oh.
I said, listen.
Team Ziti.
It's not that I think it. It's just if someone's just going to go up there and take thins, regular, double stuff, most stuff, and what's the other one?
I think everyone could theoretically have an Oreo on their board. Maybe we limit it to that. Like you get one type of Oreo.
Like I don't think you need to do that.
No.
If someone wants to do that, that's more power to them.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to go full boat Oreos, go ahead. I that would be stunning, but I would allow people to do that. I think
it would be stunning. All right. On that note, we
let Chief go triple nut, right, Clem?
Yeah.
You did let Chief go triple nut. I think he was looking for a quad nut at one point too. In his mind.
Yeah.
Also, we will acknowledge that we did sweet snacks. I think 2 years ago, maybe. And some of these do overlap, but we never done a full cookie list. And there's a lot of cookies, so I think this is worthy of a full-on draft.
And I believe there was multiple Oreos on that sweet snack draft, so that's why I think
I think you're right.
Precedent-wise,
in the legal world, we call that a precedent. Just saying.
Yeah, I guess I stand corrected.
Stare decisis is the Latin phrase.
Yep,
totally.
We all knew that.
All right. On that note, we could do the order.
Didn't we have a fight in our office about stare decisis?
Probably. That makes perfect sense.
I don't remember that.
I think we did. I think we did. Anyways.
All right. Clem, Lance has number 1 through 5 behind his back. What number is it?
3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, I was really hoping I wouldn't have this decision to make because I know what I want at 1, and I don't think I'm going to need it at 1, but I got to have it on the graphic. So give me 1, please, Lance.
Okay. Trent, 1 through 4.
2.
No.
Chief.
3.
No.
Dave.
4.
No.
1.
Yes.
Fuck, Clem. Now you put me in a pickle. I don't know what you're talking about.
Go 5th. You're the cookie king over there. You got such a deep board. Why don't you just go 5th?
Yeah, but one of the most interesting things about this draft, I think, is what goes 1-1 because I think there's 2 options.
Yeah, sure, but Clem's going first. So
all right, I'm going to take...
You're not getting it, yeah.
I'm going to take 2.
You pussy.
You're such a little bitch.
Why am I a pussy? It's strategically smart.
Yeah, but you've been talking all this shit.
Yeah.
I got the deepest board ever. There's so many cookies.
Doesn't mean I don't want the heavy hitters.
Take me behind the curtain, boys. Is Ed a little flustered behind the scenes when we're not recording?
Clem,
I feel like he's a little off right now.
Easily flustered human ever.
He thought he can't believe that I won a debate about Oreos against him. I think that's what's got him rattled.
I just. Never mind.
Is this Ed Christensen I'm talking to?
Yeah.
This isn't the real life.
Trent, 1 through 3.
2.
No.
Chief.
3.
No.
1. Damn it.
Yes.
I'll take 3rd.
1 or 2, Trent.
Wow, go chalk.
2.
Yes.
Wait, I'll go 3rd?
You can go 4th or 5th.
4th or 5th.
4th. I'll go 4th.
All right, Chief is 5th. Great spot to be for a guy with a small board. Good luck to you.
Yeah.
We should note the last draft that this crew got together for was fast food. We got into a little bit of trouble.
Controversy.
I'll be honest with you. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, true.
Tell ya.
Yeah, true. We'll leave
Leave it alone.
All right. So on that note, Clem, you're on the
He
clock.
still has no idea what I'm talking about.
All right, so first pick here. Again, this is one that is near and dear to my heart. I was doing my research, and I was like, this thing could probably get the 5th pick. I could maybe get it on the wraparound, but it is, I think, the best cookie. And granted, it's also this time of year. We obviously just went through a bunch of them. Papa Clem makes the best version of this cookie, homemade. It is fucking tremendous. And it is, I understand, a seasonal thing pretty much. I don't really see them outside of Christmas time. But the peanut butter blossom, the peanut butter cookie with the Hershey Kiss on top of it. It is the best cookie. And you get those, and when you bite it, and there's just that Hershey Kiss is kind of melted, but it's not 100% melted. Is the perfect. You guys are going to hear the word texture out of my mouth. I say this all the time during these drafts. You know that. It is absolutely perfect. I'm a big peanut butter guy. I'm a big peanut butter chocolate guy. Shout out my guy, Mr. Reese's, for his incredible invention. So that's my number 1. Had to be 1-1. I had to have it. And I wouldn't have been able to live with myself if I didn't get it on this graphic here. So that's why I went 1. Based on the way Chief and Trent are talking about their cookies, I'm not worried about a lot of my picks getting snagged in this, snake here.
I can tell you this one would not have been snagged.
Yeah, wasn't on my board.
Yeah. This is one of those things where I love Hershey Kisses and I love chocolate. I love peanut butter. For some reason, peanut butter in cookie form I don't really enjoy.
Completely.
But
agree.
I love peanut butter.
I'll eat peanut butter with a spoon for a little quick snack.
100%.
Yeah.
I'll say with these cookies, and I'm a little surprised it went 1-1, but I would say 60 to 65% of the time, I knock the Hershey Kiss right off the top, and I just eat the cookie.
You don't even eat it? You just flick it like a booger?
It's gone. It's just like, you know what? I like, and I'm very particular about my peanut butter cookie. I love peanut butter cookies. I don't need more. I think I just love the peanut butter flavor so much. I don't need the Hershey Kiss on top. Now, do I go back after I'm done eating a bunch of those cookies and go back and eat the Hershey Kisses? Sometimes, but not always.
That's like saying there's too much bacon on breakfast pizza. I've never heard anything like that before.
Yeah, it's just the truth.
You just flick it off like it's a triangle football.
Well, it's honestly, sometimes they're not. You can't flick them off. You got to really get in there. They're really stuck to the top. But yeah, I want to be honest during this draft, and that's just how I feel.
Yeah, I like these in the non-peanut butter form. I don't like. Sometimes you just get like a regular.
I've seen those before
flavor,
too.
Yeah. I guess sometimes I don't know where I should bite.
That's a big problem with these.
It's like kind of
you
taking
ever
that first
the roof of your mouth with
yeah.
It's like kind of taking that first step in a downwards escalator. You're like.
I feel that way about Hershey Kisses just by themselves too.
You gotta put it so it's upside down. You bite it with the back of your molar.
Yeah, it's a molar. Yeah. It's a molar bite, 100%.
You guys think too much. You just pop those motherfuckers and you just keep going. Man. What are we talking about here right now?
No one's ever accused us of thinking too much. Yeah. That's a first.
It is kind of the cupcake conundrum, which I never realized until recently. But who was it? I think Anne Hathaway. She had this thing where she cuts the cupcake. She takes like the stem off and then makes it a sandwich. Because when you eat a cupcake, just think you're trying to fit the frosting in your mouth. You look like a goddamn animal, right? Mm-hmm. She does it. She squishes the frosting down. I'm like, it's a sandwich.
That's really smart.
Anne Hathaway came up with that?
Oh, she went viral for it a couple years ago, I remember. There's no way Anne Hathaway came up with that one. Someone who looked like me probably came up with that one, and then Anne Hathaway took it from them. But Ed, for your question with these cookies, again, next Christmas 2024, I'll send you a reminder. You bite right where the kiss is kind of meeting the cookie. You don't want to go to the point. The point is your second bite because you're already covering a lot of ground with your mouth to get to the kiss. Then we can go on the second bite. We go over the little top of that kiss, or you just flick it off like the fucking animal over there.
Yeah.
You ever fit a full one in your mouth? Just stuff it all right in there.
In Christmas, all right, we all just went through Christmas season. That wouldn't have been like the worst 100th thing anyone in this room did in terms of eating, right? Let's all agree on that one.
No.
Just a question.
Trent, you laugh. Do you struggle with those downward escalators too?
No, I just thought it was a very funny analogy, and it's apt. I think I don't, but I get what you're saying.
Those get me every time. I like double clutch and everything. I swear. I know it sounds weird.
He gets put on tilt easier than anybody I've ever met.
It's not true. On that note,
Trent 2's back. It looks like.
Is he? Oh, Trent. Is this you, Trent? Trent Christensen?
Trent Christensen emailed me saying if you invite me again, I can probably get it to work. Should I admit him?
If I want him anymore.
Well, yeah.
Just maybe tell him next time.
Maybe we'll get his take on homemade peanut butter blossoms, and then we'll tell him to take off.
Okay.
Man, I'm on tilt now too because I could have those the last pick, and I am not happy with that right now.
Trent Christensen.
The best. We got it. There we go.
Who are you?
What's up, Trent?
I'm a video editor here in New York. How are we doing?
Nice to meet you.
What do you think of peanut butter blossom cookies?
Is that a Girl Scout cookie?
No.
Wow. Are you in a DLG right now?
Maybe. I don't know. I've never had one of those. I don't think.
It's the peanut butter cookie with the Hershey Kiss on it. You get them a lot around Christmas time.
Oh yeah. That's like a top tier cookie.
My God, Trent, favorite Trent in the company right there.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Trent.
right,
we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, Trent.
Okay. Sounds great.
Good to meet you.
Happy to help.
See you, Trent.
Happy holidays.
All right, maybe Trent or Clem's pick was.
I hope he
vindicated.
didn't spend like 15 minutes trying to get his camera to work for that. I would feel bad about that.
Oh, I'm no longer on tilt now too. Trent just like eased my fears a whole lot with that response.
Stunned it wasn't. I'm stunned it was number one though, Clem.
It goes back to the draft we shall not mention. I took what I took there. I also realized a lot of my picks I took in that draft were stuff I hadn't eaten in a while. I was just in the mood for it. I would have probably done differently if we did it again, which apparently we can never do again, or else we're going to get all fired.
You know, Trent or Clem, over the years on the food drafts, you've built up such great credit with our audience that may not even sink you.
I don't win these often either. That's the thing. I just talk a lot about the foods. People like hearing me wax poetically about fucking food. That's the one thing I have. But yeah, I haven't won one of these in a bit.
All right, so it's to me. I really thought first pick was going to be like Stone Cold and The Rock. Like, who knows what's going to go? They're both equally as high on the pecking order, but I'm going to go with homemade chocolate chip. I took it. I took it first in the dessert draft, so that's the play. That's
the
pick.
Only play.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe that didn't go first. That's the only play.
Yeah, I mean, Clem, I guess words from you.
I have other. Don't worry. There's other ways I can get that into my mouth. I can get chocolate chip cookies other ways. Don't worry. There's a plan.
I'll eat a chocolate chip cookie. I'm glad I didn't have the first pick because I wouldn't have gone chocolate chip cookie only because sometimes the ratio isn't quite right. I will actually want less chocolate and more cookie. I want the chocolate chips to be more of a surprise. Nowadays, people are getting crazy with like,
what the fuck?
There's too
I'm with
much
you, Trent.
chocolate. Too much chocolate.
But
Trent, do you pick out the chocolate chips? Be honest, because you flick the Hershey kids up. Did you not like chocolate?
No, I don't. I will in a chocolate chip cookie. I will eat the chocolate chips, but there are times when I'm like, there's just too many chocolate chips in this.
Wait. You said you don't like chocolate? You just said
No, I do like chocolate.
Okay, I
could. He just doesn't like eating it. Apparently,
no, I do.
I like chocolate.
Okay,
it's just got to be in the right way.
Yeah, you gotta have the right proportion. Sometimes, like in a batch, some cookies they just have a disproportionate amount of chocolate chips too, and it's just like, all right, this is a little bit much.
Agreed.
Yeah.
What's the saying? Like, it takes a lifetime to build a reputation. It takes 2 seconds to lose it. Trent Ryan, what are we doing?
What?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's this is just how I feel about cookies.
What do you want? Feel like you're eating a Hershey bar and get surprised by a little crumble?
I don't want Trent to align with you on anything chocolate. That's what I don't want from
We're
my Trent.
2 for 2 on the Oreo thing and now chocolate chip cookies.
I know.
That's not good for you, Trent. That's a bad thing for your brand. It's not called a cookie chocolate chip. It's called a chocolate chip cookie. You lead them with the chocolate chips.
I'm here to be honest. I don't whatever brand you're referring to, I don't care about. I care about the truth for my own self.
Right.
I mean, Trent's angling to be in the Barada gang right now, the way he's talking.
There was a time where me and Trent were known as the big boys, and we would go on KFC radio, the big boy episode. You realize Trent, he's lost a little weight. He, golfs and is walking all the time. He's no longer one of us, Ed. He's no longer part of Ziti. He's much more Barada than he is Ziti at this point.
I'm angling towards being part of big boy KFC radio at this point.
We made a trade. Trent to Barada.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh man,
Eddie, can I just say this?
Yeah.
Homemade makes all the difference in the world, man. It melts.
You basically just picked my mom's cookies.
Yeah.
In my head, you just drafted my mom's cookies.
Eddie, take his mom's cookies as to be specific. Take Chief's mom's cookies.
Mary Ann's cookies,
Fuck
specifically. Yeah, I mean chocolate chip cookies. Not much more to say. What's next, Dave?
Now I want to draft this. I'm sure it will be met with angst and ire, but you can't order it separately. So I know Chief will be all on board with this. I don't know about the rest of you guys. I'm going homemade chocolate chip, but with sea salt sprinkled on top of it. It's
Dave.
like a steroid, but if you order insomnia cookies,
that's not a different cookie. That's not a different cookie.
You can order them separately.
That's not a different. The sea salt.
I have homemade chocolate chip and homemade chocolate chip with sea salt. I have both of them on my list. You can look.
I don't think that's a different cookie.
What do you think, Clem?
I think we should see if Trent Christensen make the call on this.
Call him back. Trent?
I don't think that's a different cookie than the last one.
This is how I think,
it is.
honestly.
I know it's not, But I just had to talk about how that is a perfect fucking additive to an already perfect cookie. It must be talked about.
I
was trying to kind of pull a fast one. I know it's the same cookie with just, but it's not sort of. I know you can order them separate and Insomniac cookies because I do it, but it needs to be talked about. Sea salt makes everything better.
It's good. It just doesn't make it a good.
Yeah, it's like taking chocolate chip cookies with walnuts. I don't think it's
okay.
See, I think that's a bigger differentiator than what he's doing.
Yeah,
That's
big
definitely
time. That's a
different.
different cookie. Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, Dave, pick again.
Okay, let me get that out of here. Then I'm just gonna go with macadamia nuts. Then
Just like a homemade macadamia.
Is this like? Am I getting punked here? Like I got Trent on my side on cookie debates. I got this guy taking one of the triple nuts.
You know what this is?
I didn't even remember what nuts you took.
It's the Josie's Organic curse right now, Chief.
Oh, dude.
You fucking broke her heart, and now your whole world's upside down. So we're
Wish you
talking.
hadn't said that.
That broke my heart, man.
Yeah.
It broke. I can't imagine. Can only imagine how she feels. White chocolate macadamia. Is that what we're dealing with here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn,
White
I didn't
chocolate
think this
macadamia.
was anywhere near White Sox Dave's radar. I would have definitely moved it up my board here. I love this. This is a great pick. Part of the Costco 3-pack. I even had Costco macadamia to make it, specific because that's a great cookie right there.
Want to know
That
something
is a
about
great
me?
pick.
I have never one time in my life stepped 1 foot into a Costco.
Yeah, the time of your life. Next time you're out of New York, we
I've
do
been
that.
told.
5 Guys and hibachi. We have
Five
And
Guys.
and,
I just live
and
across the
Stu
street.
Leonard's. You got to get him to Stu Leonard's.
And Stu Leonard's. Yeah, it's right down the road. It's in between the 5 Guys I was telling you guys. It's right between Costco and Stu Leonard's.
That's the thing though. We have Costco and we have Five Guys. I don't know where you
Dude,
got
that's
Five Guys
that's
from.
weird that you've never been to Costco.
I've never stepped foot inside a Costco.
Right? That's weird.
That's weird. I know it is. It's
No,
like not
it's
ordering
not.
Amazon or something.
You have to have a membership to get in.
No,
so
I
you
know.
have to either be with a member or, be a member yourself. So like I've never been, I think I've been in a BJ's once, but it's like there's no reason to go.
But Trent, it's not like he lives. I mean, Clem, it's
We
not like he
have
lives in the
Costco.
middle of Kansas. Like it's not like he.
Yeah. I guess you'd have to have a friend who's like, hey, you want to come to Costco with me? I
Yeah.
got to pick up, an 800D battery.
Do you not want to go to Costco?
At this point, it's kind of like everybody talks about how awesome it is in this, and I bring that up because you piqued my interest with this 3-pack cookie combo platter thing, and I want to get it, but it's almost I'm 35 now. I should probably go the whole life without ever going to Costco, right?
No.
You got over half your life to go. You're going to miss out on all those savings
That's
for.
saying quite a bit.
Why would you
Let Chaps bring you. Chaps has a membership. He'll take you there. We'll
Yeah.
have a
But
good old time.
all right, well, I'm past the point of no return.
Chap said that picking a place in Chicago, like a big factor,
Yes.
was how close he was to a Costco.
Yes.
So if there's a Costco
Dad
within
life,
15
dude.
minutes, he'll go.
That's dad life.
I don't like the pick. I don't know. I think macadamia nuts are too large for cookies.
But they'll like shred them.
Yeah,
And,
they chop them up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't.
You're
hate
not
'em.
biting into a whole mac. It's a smaller bite than the Hershey Kiss.
Some of them are pretty big. Like the.
The biggest macadamia, the whole one is like that big.
I don't know. My experience.
Have you had a Ben?
I've had them. I don't know if I've had them like homemade. That's why I'm confused. I guess I've had the Pepperidge Farm version. I don't
Yes,
think those.
okay.
I don't love those.
Are they hard?
Yes.
Gotta
You got to have a soft cookie.
It's got to be
Has
soft.
Oh, this was a big debate. These guys are not team soft. They're team fucking
You're-
desert dry.
medium.
He's a goo guy. Dave's a goo.
Yes.
Dave likes goo.
Yeah,
I'm with you on the goo, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm with you on the goo.
Dave's a goo. All right, homemade macadamia nuts off the board. Trent, you're up.
I'm thrilled that I got this. I've been talking about this draft at the office today, and I was like, if I get this cookie, I'm thrilled because it's my number one cookie. Snickerdoodle. I'm a huge Snickerdoodle fan. I don't know if we're doing homemade. I'll eat pretty much any Snickerdoodle. That's kind of where I was at with it. But just a cinnamon cookie. It's a cookie that has a lot of cinnamon in it. A delicious cookie. My number one in my heart. So like I said, I'm very, very excited to be able to draft that one.
I think Snickerdoodle has all the talent to be the number 2 cookie behind chocolate chip. I
agree.
Yeah, there's 2 that there's maybe 3 that are kind of more popular than it. I'm not going to say it for obvious reasons, but I think Snickerdoodle should be like number 2 almost.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I agree. I think Snickerdoodle's good.
I think it's a lot. The PR team does a lot of work. It's a good name. Everyone likes saying Snickerdoodle. It's a good tasting cookie. It's Iowa football. It's there every single year. It's gonna show up.
That's a perfect way to put it.
That felt like a shot.
I don't think so.
Not at all. They made the Big Ten championship this year.
I know, but it's a confusing team. The Snickerdoodle is not confusing to me. It's just delicious. Right. Iowa football is a paradox. It is a rabbit hole you go down and you don't know what's up and what's down. Snickerdoodle, it's always there for you.
Trent, when you posted your dad's text, well, like we just gotta really run the football or something like that from the, I think it was from the bowl game of the Big Ten championship. Like, God, like it was so perfect. It was just like, let's just run we're Iowa, let's just run the football. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, he's like, we got to keep it on the ground. It's like, you think we got the worst quarterback in D1 history who for whatever reason can't get benched until the bowl game. Kirk Ferentz refused to put him anywhere. He's like, no, Deacon Hill, he's gonna take us to the promised land. It's like, I get that he won 10 games, but we have 14 yards of offense per game. My dad's like, let's just keep this football on the ground, and I agree with it.
That's great. That's amazing.
It cracked me up. Is it my turn?
It is you.
All right. This is my number 2 cookie behind chocolate chip. I love an oatmeal raisin. I do feel like I've had a good run of drafts here. So Eddie was like, let's throw a few landmines around Chief and give him a cookie draft where he has no chance of winning. But I think if an oatmeal raisin cookie done right doesn't really take a backseat to anything. I love a good old, like that chewy, the texture's great. I love oatmeal raisin.
This is one of the 3 that I was hinting at that is somehow above the Snickerdoodle that I think the Snickerdoodle's better than, even though I don't hate oatmeal raisin.
Yeah.
I think they're good.
I think they're very good. And then what's that cookie place? Oh, have you ever been to Levain Bakery?
I haven't.
So there's one in the West Loop. I think it might be in New York too.
It's from New York. It's from like the Hamptons or some shit.
They do, and I don't really like their cookies. Their chocolate chips are too thick. They're like an inch and a half thick.
I don't like those either.
Yeah, but when they do it in a oatmeal raisin, it's very, very nice. Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
It is a divisive cookie. I've come to realize. I love oatmeal raisin. And I'm usually the guy. Kids don't like them because it's like raisins is, I don't want raisins. I think a lot of people don't like raisins in general. So that I'm like, throw them to dad. And I remember when I was a kid, I threw them to my dad. And if you throw some walnuts in there, they don't like the walnuts. It's the whole thing. It's a good fucking cookie, and it does not deserve the hate it gets, Chief. It is also an extremely Chief pick because of that, because it is kind of like, it feels like a healthier cookie just because it has raisins in it, in my opinion.
I don't think it is healthy. I mean, is there a such thing as that?
None of this stuff is healthy.
Okay,
no, not at all.
Yeah. By definition, it's a cookie, so I don't think it could be.
It's like a stick of butter.
Yeah.
I think it's a great pick. A soft oatmeal raisin cookie, man, you're living. I think it's a great pick.
Like, chocolate chips stand the test of time. You let that thing sit and get cool, it hardens up. I can do without it. Won't even touch them.
You know what weirdly, too?
And you can't dunk them in milk. Raisins in milk doesn't work. Chocolate and milk all day long.
You know where these really stand out, I feel? If you're at like a like if there's a spread like a sweet, or if there's something, you're at like a and sometimes the chocolate chips at those ones are like too chalky and like gross. That's where like this,
they're always like they I feel like you're right.
You're onto something.
Yes,
you're right about the dry out thing, but I do feel like if a chocolate chip cookie dries out in, let's say, 6 hours, and I'm making up numbers, an oatmeal raisin stays moist for like 18 to 24.
It's got a higher floor.
Yeah.
I would say.
I'm picturing like one of those Bounty commercials where they wipe it up with the one and then with the Bounty. The one, it does stay softer for longer.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
it really does. It's magic almost.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. All right.
I do feel like it is the Pippin to the chocolate chips Jordan, but I think the chocolate chip is like, I kind of need a better Pippin here, and that might be the Snickerdoodle. I don't know what it is, but it does feel like the oatmeal is number 2 on most power rankings, and I don't know. I personally love it as the 2, but I think other people like Trent probably are trying to move the Snickerdoodle and other cookies above it.
I'm trying to take Snickerdoodle to the top, my friend.
Yeah, I think you got a chance. I really do. You're up again.
I'll just take the double stuffed Oreo. Double stuffed Oreo. I think that's the right proportion for me. Now, I can't say that I've had a double stuffed one in a long time. I think when I'm like feeling like a bad boy and I'm ordering an Oreo, I feel like GoPuff usually has the thins like right stocked up ready for me to click on. So I usually eat the thins, but I'll do. I think double stuff historically is my favorite, so I'll take a double stuffed Oreo. No thoughts from the panel?
I think it's the best Oreo.
It's the best Oreo, and
I
it
disagree.
should replace the normal Oreo as the main Oreo. Like, you don't even have to call it double stuff anymore. Just get rid of the double stuff, make it the original, and get rid of the thinner ones. I think I think society would be okay with that.
Mm-hmm. But I think anything more than what's in the double stuff is too much.
Yeah, they've kind of gone crazy with that, where they really fill it, and it's like now the ratio is way too far off.
Yeah.
If Chief ordered thin Oreos in front of me, I'd probably punch him in the face. But I appreciate the double stuff. That was the perfect pick for you. So we're talking Iowa football. It's like, let's just keep moving the ball here. Let's not try to, the 20-yard.
Not getting fancy. Yeah.
No one's going to complain with that. It's when Mickey D's got drafted in the draft that should not be named. It's like, are you going to talk shit about Mickey D's? It's the fucking king of its corner. Does anyone know when double stuffed Oreos came out? Because it shocked me when I found out the answer.
Is this like a Picasso died in 1975 kind of stat?
Well, yeah, because they were invented in 1974. So I was like, I always thought they were
Picasso was able to eat some.
Oh,
nice.
Picasso just missed. Picasso. He got to drink Mountain Dew, but no double stuffed Oreos.
Damn.
Damn. Man, he must have been such a little bitch up in heaven or hell, wherever he is. Because he was kind of moody, right? Is he the guy who ripped his ear off?
No, that's Van Gogh.
That's Van Gogh. Way off. All right. Yeah. Apologies. Picasso.
Hey, it's not an art podcast, all right? It's a cookie podcast.
Get Christensen back on the line.
And you are the Van Gogh of cookies. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, a legend. Yeah. But you're right. I do think this is an Iowa football thing. Oatmeal raisin, double stuffed Oreo back to back. It's 3rd and 2. That's manageable. I think I'm doing all right here.
Yeah,
I think
I think that's a steal at 6.
Yeah.
It is.
Trent, you're up again.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go.
Guys, my board is dwindling.
I'm with you, White Sox Dave. I'm gonna go just a homemade sugar cookie.
Those are nice around the holidays too.
Yeah, I ate a bunch of those when I was back in Cedar Rapids. Just that again feels like something maybe we can all agree on, maybe not, but a good homemade sugar cookie. My mom makes great ones, and it's just you're having a good time if you're eating one of those. You're not worried about whether you're gonna like it or not. You're like, I'm gonna eat that sugar cookie, and I'm gonna be happy, and that's all you want with a cookie.
Yeah, it hits the spot.
So, like I said, I would say this would be like the 3rd after oatmeal raisin is like the most popular.
Mm-hmm.
So
good value there.
That cookie stinks though.
Sugar?
Nah, I won't.
That's wrong though.
If there's a plate of 20 cookies right in front of my face, and 19 of them are chocolate chip, and there's one, I'll eat 19 chocolate chip cookies and won't even eat the second one, the last one.
It's probably the one you'd go back to the least on.
Yeah.
Yep. It does open itself up to frosting though, which is nice. Throw a little bit of frosting on there, right? I think sugar cookies you throw some frosting. Holidays, I'm thinking.
Definitely, they'll dress them up like trees or whatever. Yeah. You got to be careful how much frosting you put on there, though.
Well, there's those ones at Jewel where like they're in a plastic
tray.
Tray. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, yep. Those are good.
Yeah.
Homemade sugar.
Is that your mom's best cookie, Trent? Is that her go-to, like her wheelhouse?
Nah, she's got a couple. She has like this one specialty cookie that she makes that it's almost hard to describe. And I'm not going to draft it because it's hard to describe, but it's like sweet and salty and it's got caramel in it, but it's very good. But her sugar cookies are probably 2nd place. Yeah.
Can I request those cookies next time you're home? Bring like a little tray back, maybe?
Sure. Absolutely.
Right. Done.
We'll do that in a heartbeat. Cookies. No problem.
White Sox Dave.
I'm going to go with M&M cookies.
Just like a homemade M&M?
Yep. Homemade M&M cookies.
The kind where you're just replacing the
chocolate chip,
with M&Ms.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say something? It ruins it.
It doesn't.
It's nowhere near as good. The texture
absolutely doesn't.
It's not.
It's not a good cookie.
It's a fine cookie, but it's not. It doesn't like.
You would think that it would be better and closer to the chocolate chip cookie because you're just adding one little thin candy layer. It throws everything off in my book.
I fall for it every time. I fall for it every time. I'm like, oh, M&Ms and cookies. I love both those things. And I'm like, God damn it. They're not as good as they should be. The M&Ms are better on their own. The cookies better on its own. Yeah. And I know my boy Trent probably does not like eating all that chocolate in those cookies.
Absolutely not. I don't. I'm with Chief again on this one. And I don't care what that does to my reputation, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like all the chocolate. It'll even chip your tooth if you catch it at the right angle.
Yep.
It's a disaster.
Chip your tooth. God. What? Are you eating rocks?
Yeah.
I know. I'm eating fucking M&Ms in my cookies.
Chips your tooth.
Yeah, something like it's like a double baked candy. It's like it makes the shells harder or something.
It's dense as steel in there. WSD.
You guys are fucking nuts. You guys need to do some jaw workouts or something.
Just telling you, these are always disappointing.
You guys are fucking high.
No,
if I were that'd probably make them better.
Fair.
All these cookies would definitely be better.
That's a checkmate right there.
It's like bringing in a quarterback you think you're going to get the same production from, and you just don't.
Yeah. But like Clem's saying, like they're better. The cookies better without them. The M&Ms are better without them. It's like.
So you're saying it's got a lot of great traits. It's just not a good cookie. Does that describe any quarterbacks that you know of?
That's not nice.
Back to me. I'm going to go with a store-bought one.
Is it first store-bought?
Oreo.
Oh, yeah.
I love a good Nutter Butter. Yuck. I love a good Nutter Butter.
Come on. Is that...
What?
I love it. I love that pick. I will be honest.
I'm thinking like Little Debbie snacks. I'm taking them off. Like
that's not Little Debbie's.
Whoever it is, Nutter Butter bars.
That's a nutty bar. That's a Nutter Butter.
Nutter Butters. They're shaped like peanuts, and they have it's like a sandwich.
Okay.
That is not draftable.
Okay, that's what I thought you were talking. Okay, I know what you're taking now. Yeah. Yes, totally cool. My
Nutter
bad.
Butter. You confused me for a second.
I'm so happy that this draft is going in this direction because that opens my board up a little bit because I love the picks that we have so far with the homemade chocolate chip, homemade this and homemade that. We start getting into the Nutter Butter territory. Now we're starting to play a little bit more in my arena, and I think Nutter Butter is a great pick.
I love Nutter Butters.
Yeah,
they're not for me, but my list is short. So what are you gonna do?
If you got, I'll use the same argument as the M&M cookies. Like peanut butter, I fucking love, and it just doesn't do it for me in cookie form usually. I don't know why.
Really, it's a sandwich.
Damn, dude.
I know.
Let me ask you a question, Trent. To my knowledge, well, how come Nutter Butter hasn't done double stuff yet?
That's a miss by them. It's a huge. They missed the double stuff wave when Oreo was like, all right, what if we just take this original cookie and double what's inside of it? And obviously it went over like gangbusters. The fact that the folks over at Nutter Butter didn't follow suit is a travesty. Is the word that I'll
probably
use.
why I was thinking Nutty Buddy at first.
Nutty Buddies are good. I do want that on the record.
Oh, they're the best. They're the absolute best.
Do you like these, Clem? I don't know if you said anything.
I really don't. I'm trying to figure out the perfect comparison to them, so I'm just going through a bunch of NFL running backs. Jamal Williams. There's Jamal Williams. He had a good season last year, so but it's like just doesn't move it for me personally. It's like a 5th tier cookie.
Whoa,
5th?
Yeah.
Damn.
Tough to follow up chocolate chip with that, a 5th tier cookie.
Yeah, I did.
No, according to Clem,
I trust Clem with food.
The nice name, Nutter Butter. I like saying it.
Yeah.
No,
sure, you can't let the name is great. Great name.
Yeah, me and Clem are in the trench, and the way it's shaped as a peanut, that gets points too.
Oh, listen, yeah. I'm Team Nutter Butter.
Yeah, me and Clem are in the trenches. It's a stalemate. I don't listen to 5th tier just yet.
Maybe 6th. I mean, we could go 6th.
He's doubling down.
It's like an Austin Eckler store brand cookie.
Oh, don't you bring up that season, Austin Eckler? Yes, this season, Austin Eckler.
I think if you two were in the same room, there'd be violence in the air. There'd be real we got to separate these two.
I think we do. This is crazy. 5th tier.
This guy tried to say, well, Oreos should have been the same. That kind of hurt my feelings. I think I'm maybe just riding for Oreos right now.
This guy took peanut butter.
Fellas.
Trent,
all right.
He took peanut butter blossom 1-on-1.
Ooh.
Should we got to get Portner on the phone to resolve this because Team ZD is falling apart.
Right, he's gonna be the rest of the three of us. He's gonna be mad at us that we let them tear each other apart.
Yeah, yeah, true. Yeah.
Clem, you're up.
Am I, Ed? Am I really?
Yeah.
I knew that already. I'll start this side of the draft off here, and I'm gonna go with my favorite of the big three, as I call it. I'm gonna go Samoa's Girl Scout cookies.
Fuck
We're
you.
doing Girl Scout mode right now. Everyone has their takes on the Girl Scout cookies, and my personal favorite Samoa's. I know some people don't like coconut. Those people don't like good food, I guess. It is delicious. It is by far the best of the Girl Scout cookies. I won't name the other ones because in case they get drafted, but just know my heart lays with the Samoa's. Great name as well.
It could have been a first-round pick.
Or I believe Coconut Delights. Some people call them. There's two bakeries, and depending on where you live in the country, I don't know, Chicago, is it
It's
Samoa's or
yeah,
Coconut Delights?
It's Samoa's.
Okay.
I'm one of those coconut guys.
Same.
I just, damn, Chief. I just, yeah. I
Oh
don't
my
like
God.
it.
Trent just ate a piece of broccoli live on the podcast. Just ate a big.
Oh,
Listening. Did you hear that?
That is libel or slander, whichever is the verbal one. Whichever is the verbal one, that's the one that's happening right now. That's incorrect. I just don't like coconut. I don't.
I used to pretend in school to be allergic to it if someone like brought in like coconut shavings on top of cupcakes for their birthdays. I'm like, I'm allergic. Sorry.
Why?
Because I think they're gross.
Those are my favorite. Those are the only Girl Scout cookies I even like.
Really?
The rest of them are all dry and gross, I think. I do have to say thank you to Clem. He did get my niece. He got her bump. She won her contest, the Girl Scout cookie selling contest, beat the local bank, their branch, and they thought we were cheating because of how many votes we got. And little did they know we got the Clem, WSD, and other Barstool bumps. But they were really pissed about it, apparently. They thought we were buying votes.
These goddamn 6-year-olds took some votes from a bank. Like, those are villains right there. Whoever those people are. Holy cow!
I threw up on these once as a kid, and once you get those little coconut flakes in your vomit, it ruins them
that
for you.
That will ruin anything for you. I still can't eat or drink anything like green apple flavored because the first time I ever consumed alcohol, I puked my brains out on green Smirnoff.
Yep,
green vodka.
I don't eat seafood. It's just gone.
Oh.
That entire thing is just gone.
That's a tough break.
Yeah, just gone.
I was that way with Krispy Kreme donuts, but I've luckily since got over that. But for years, I would just puke if I even thought about those things.
You gotta. Okay. Nothing.
You're up again, Clem.
Man, I have a lot of different ways I can go here. Do I do this? I'll just go with this one. I don't think anyone's going to draft this one, but I like it personally. I love a good black and white cookie, the big ones. I don't know. I think they sell them everywhere, but I know they're big in New York. You know what I'm talking about, right, Eddie?
Yeah.
They're
not
immortalized by Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Half moons, whatever you may call them. I like sometimes I like the vanilla more, so I'll eat the chocolate first. Sometimes you just go right down the middle. Play a little game with it. I like that as well. It's an oversized cookie, nice and soft. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, I don't think they're as popular here as they're there, but they're definitely here.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had one, to be honest, but I was also confused. I feel like it should almost be a checkerboard in my brain instead of just split down the middle. A little vanilla.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But I think you want one
I want a swirl. That's what I want.
Really?
I think so.
But I kind of like chocolate and vanilla ice cream if I had a little bit of both.
Chief,
I might
help you out.
I might invent this cookie where it's a swirl.
Ready? Look at this, Chief. Ready? See the cookie here? See the cookie? Mm-hmm. Boom! We fold it. And now we have a little
genius. This man is a genius.
God knows his way around a few desserts. I would never have thought of that on my own, and I'm not joking.
I do love the checkerboard idea, honestly, but Clem just completely solved the whole issue.
I do too. That's a lot of work though for each cookie because they, you're making a bunch. I've never done that, by the way, the fold, and I'm going to immediately go to the grocery store and buy myself one of them and eat the hell out of it.
Post the video on Monday when it drops, please.
Yes,
yeah.
We'll do.
Yeah.
We'll do.
All right, back to me. I'm gonna take Tate's chocolate chip.
These ones, I think they are the best store-bought chocolate chip, but they will tear the fuck out of the roof of your mouth.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like the crispy, crunchy, thin cookie, right? The green box?
Yeah.
Green.
There was a rumor going around that a kid I know died from eating one of them. His mouth got so torn up, bled to death.
Damn.
That's not true.
Drowned in
No,
his
that
own
is true.
blood.
I heard that story, Clem.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Tate's.
You heard that, right?
I heard
Clem
that
lives
story,
in upstate New York.
Can you
Send
pull
him
up
a
the
lawsuit.
lawsuit? Yeah. Can you pull up the lawsuit?
No, the lawsuit's going to be towards Clem for the fucking.
Okay.
Upstate. I'm not upstate. I'm not upstate.
I see green over there, which in my brain means you must live upstate. Yeah.
It's not concrete. Yeah, it's I know KFC's mom buys these by the fucking ton, right? I think he said that on this show. His mom loves them, but I've never been a fan of Tate's. I think they're like a good name. I just don't. They're expensive too. We have to bring up the price at some point.
I think their branding's good. The only problem I have with them is like their packaging's weird. Like when you open them, it's
I think the packaging looks cool.
It looks cool, but it's not like you get one thing and when you tear off the cellophane, it's like you got to eat the whole thing or they go bad.
Yeah, but they're already so like crunchy and ripping your root.
True.
That's what I don't like about them. They're
Yeah.
so crunchy. It's just like they're loaded up with preservatives. They could they could stand through like a nuclear bomb.
Probably.
They're so fucking dry. I can't do it. It takes the experience away from
on that packaging innovation or that issue. The Oreos figure that out too, where they have the thing where you just peel off the top.
Yes.
sticks.
Like
It
that
has the
was
adhesive.
yes,
Yeah.
that was a major improvement.
revolutionary.
Yeah,
it really was.
How did we eat them back in the day? I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
I think it was a box, right? And you open the box, then you got to pull the whole sleeve out. I think that was it.
I don't recall.
Oh, that is what it was.
Yeah, I think it was a cardboard
Really?
box.
When did the adhesive come around? Because that's been around for a good bit.
I don't know. I feel like it was in our adult lives,
maybe
like high school plus lives.
Yeah.
Right when the Revolution helmet came out. That was it. That was
So it looks like they had it was like the plasticky bag, right? It didn't have the adhesive on it.
Mm-hmm.
You open the end and then you pull the whole tray out.
Yep.
That's what it was. Yes.
And then you're kind of just folding it and trying just to make. And if you don't rip that thing perfectly, you're having some stale cookies after a few days. Which, let's be honest, most of the guys in this panel, we're going to go through our cookies in a few days.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's polarizing, but I think a good third round grade is solid for Tate's. So I'm fine with it there.
Hey, let me ask you: are you a dipper, milk dipper?
Not really.
I like the dip
Only with Oreos, really. Oreos and Entenmann's donuts. That's it.
and a donut dip.
Oh, Entenmann's?
Donut. That's the best dip.
Oh.
Wait, a donut dip into what?
Milk.
Coffee or milk.
Oh,
You never did
I was talking
coffee.
milk, but coffee donut is I tried
that's
it once and I was like, "This is heaven!" Like no wonder.
I love it. I did it this morning. We had donuts here this morning.
You never Trent, you've never done Entenmann's in a milk?
no.
Oh my god, dude.
I haven't either.
Oh my god.
I like
dude.
it's kind of gross,
These
but I like
fucking
how it
guys are
leaves the
brothers.
chunks. I like how it leaves the chunks in the milk.
Oh, yeah.
I drink it. I like it. I know that's
He
like kind
likes
of
his
weird.
milk chunky. He
Yeah.
likes chunky milk.
I know it's weird and gross, but the little cookie sediment it adds to it. I like it.
Listen, brother, you're in a safe place. If you
I
like
know.
it, you like it, brother.
This has not been a safe place for opinions on food historically, I would say.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
One more thing on Tate's too, nothing wrong with a crunchy cookie though, Dave. Like Angelica and the Rugrats used to fucking slam the crunchy cookies. Remember that?
Okay, I'll say this right now. If there were Tate's sitting right out there right now, I wouldn't touch one unless I had a glass of milk with it. I wouldn't touch one.
I think that's normal.
I
I think that's
wouldn't
fine.
touch one.
Like I think people.
If they were like homemade chocolate chip and they're nice and soft, absolutely.
What was that? What were those people that came to our old office? Baker?
I forget
Something
their
like
name.
that, yeah.
They were. Those were good.
I had to throw out a bag of their frozen cookie ball dough things because I was just eating them like
The
apples.
cookie dough?
Yeah, I was eating them like apples. It was this company that brought in
Dave.
balls of cookie dough that you freeze and make cookies, obviously, and I was just eating them like apples out of the freezer, so I had to get rid of them.
You're up.
I'm going with Oreo single stuff. It walked so the double stuff could run. It's the OG Oreo. If you try to talk shit about this, you're lying, because if you see a pack of them sitting there, you're eating them 100% of the time. You're like a little fly running to the UV light thing and dying right there on the spot. You can't help it. You know it's instant death, but you're going to do it anyways. It's and I will say I didn't like them growing up. I recently became addicted to them in the old office because they would bring them here as snacks, and I was starving one day, so I said, fuck it. Now I'm addicted to them.
When was the last time I drafted? Did I get skipped? I feel like it's been a year since I drafted.
You're up next.
You're up next. But...
Okay, all right, just making sure. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail that.
No, you're good.
These are good too, though. These cookies are good. I like these.
Also, I dip them in milk. Yeah.
We didn't discuss this with the double stuff because it is such a slam dunk of a choice. You have to just also respect when you pull it apart. Like there's multiple ways you eat them. You bite them regularly, you dunk them, rip them apart. Sometimes you just throw the frosting side of your mouth. Sometimes you scrape it off with the teeth. I just like a cookie that's dynamic and versatile, which the Oreo is. And I believe your fellow Chicagoan, Uncle Chaps, is the first person I ever met who hates Oreos, loathes them, I believe. And that was the first time I ever heard of someone who didn't just like love Oreos.
Wow.
Yeah. And, I mean, they invented their own ice cream flavor, too.
Yeah,
cookies and cream ice cream. That's like in my top 3. Yeah. Top 2.
Cookies and cream ice cream is always the perfect level of softness. It's amazing. No matter what brand,
so good.
Across everything, it is so good. And it's never my number 1, but it's always in my top 3. I don't know how to explain that, but it's the truth. So good.
I'd like to know how many Oreos they sell just like for the basis of cookies and cream ice cream. You know?
I wonder how many knockoffs there are.
There's probably a bunch, but that's probably the places that...
Is Haagen-Dazs calling up Nabisco? We need a truckload of...
But I think that's the place they call cookies and cream versus like DQ that call it the Oreo Blizzard. Like that probably
maybe,
you know.
That's what's keeping Hydrox in business, who I believe invented this cookie, and Oreo just came in and fucking wiped them off the map. It's one of the most impressive... marketing,
really?
like American. I'm pretty sure Hydrox invented the like chocolate sandwich cookie. Oreo came in and they like kind of like Coke Pepsi, but if Pepsi just became the only soda that anyone talked about.
Do you ever watch The Food That Built America on History Channel?
I have. It's great.
I don't think so. I'm intrigued.
The whole show is just stories like that.
I wanted to do something like that at Barstool, kind of like I said, an Unwrapped with Mark Summers. I don't think you guys ever watched that, where he would like go and see how everything's made and you get little stories. And I thought we could do a Barstool version of that. I didn't realize this show would be. So what's it called? The Food That Built America?
They have like the blank that built America for like a million different things now. And they definitely have a series for, I think it's maybe multiple seasons.
I think it's you can watch like new seasons still of it.
Yeah, it's good.
Food.
It's really good. Yeah,
and they'll get into rice-a-roni, like every like major brand, like the cereal wars and all that kind of stuff. It's very interesting.
Oh, yeah, they just had a new one in July of this year.
Yeah.
Trent, you're up.
This might be a bit of a recency bias just because of the holidays, but I'm gonna go with gingerbread. I'm a big gingerbread man fan. Clem just took his glasses off, and I'm still not quite sure if he's positive or negative. Feels probably negative, but I love gingerbread cookies. I'm a huge fan when they're soft. Oh, and you put a little bit of frosting on. We got
chomp that guy's leg off.
Oh, gone. Yeah. See ya. You know, and then you make a joke about it. You're like, hey, look at this guy. Oh, I like gingerbread cookies a whole lot. I feel like there's some opinions in the group.
Hey, Trent.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
My man, pots and pans.
But
Trent just ate another bite of broccoli. I saw it.
Wait.
I keep missing.
Are you anti-gingerbread?
Yeah, man.
Gingerbread sucks.
I don't think
you're biting into concrete. Have you ever had a bite of a gingerbread house? You're biting into concrete.
I'm saying soft ones. You're eating
no, I know, but like gingerbread as a whole, 99% of the time, it's complete.
Bro, you're talking about ginger snaps, dude. You're talking about ginger snaps.
I think these are kind of in the same family as Snickerdoodle almost when they're done right. Like if you have like the right softness to them.
Trent, I will not. I'm not going to stand for the ginger snap slander being pushed onto the gingerbread. That's different. Those are two very different things.
Trent, be honest. You were munching the roof off of those gingerbread houses.
Yeah. No, gingerbread is good. I'm stunned that there's this much vitriol against gingerbread. I think it's a dynamite cookie. Dynamite.
We used to my mom would always make or have like we all did it as kids. And we would do like the gingerbread houses, and you like decorate them with candy around the holidays. And then I would come through and like take a big chunk off the roof and be like, "Oh, a tornado came through." Just like, sorry, the roof's gone. I ate it.
There we go.
Yeah.
I've been like trying to make a movement where we just wipe gingerbread out because it's like part of the flavors of Christmas. It's like, nope, get more peppermint in there. I was even saying I took the kids to the library. They made gingerbread houses, but they did it with graham crackers. I'm like, sold. Let's get graham crackers in, and then I'd actually eat one of these gingerbread houses. But I am not I will say Ginger Snap's a much more extreme version of this, but it's the same kind of just, I don't know. I don't like that flavor either. And the fact these other two agree with me. again, being on Chief's side, he was on my side during the draft that should not be named, and I got fucking ethered for it by the internet.
Yeah, gingerbread man.
No, right. Eddie?
No, not for me. No.
I don't know that I've ever had a good one ever.
You're going the wrong places, my friend.
My turn?
Yeah.
All right. I will take oatmeal chocolate chip. So similar to the oatmeal raisin, oatmeal chocolate chip. You just swap one out. I think it's a very good cookie.
Why are you shaking
your head?
Too many competing flavors for me. You need to either have the raisin or you need to have the chocolate.
I'm not eating 5 cookies at once in this draft.
You're not?
No.
Wait, what was your pick again?
Oatmeal chocolate chip.
Cookie, yes.
Yeah, so you're removing the raisin and just having chocolate chip.
Oh, okay. Now I see what you're saying. All right.
Is this that prevalent?
Not a cookie I come across.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, this is borderline to me if this is even a thing.
I think it's definitely allowable. I see them. They're pretty common.
Yeah.
And Mama Clem makes them. They're good. I think there's enough distinct. Now, if Chief takes sea salt oatmeal chocolate chip,
right? Yeah. This is a totally different thing.
I just assumed there was raisin because of the oatmeal.
No, big mistake by you.
It was indeed. I just don't know if I've ever had one.
Okay.
They're good. They're good, and it's a good way for the people who hate raisins. Like, listen, you're gonna like this cookie. Try with the chocolate chips.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is good, and then you maybe sneak a raisin in there later on. Again, that's what I do to my kids.
So Eddie drafted my mom's cookies earlier with the chocolate chip, but she would actually take oatmeal and like put it through the food processor and make like an extra like type of like little flour and put that in the chocolate chip, and it was like not an overpowering texture, but just a little bit more. It was, they were perfect. They were perfect back in the day.
She stopped making.
They're no longer perfect.
We've talked about it on the show. She had like a very bad bout with Lyme disease, like maybe 10 years ago, and all of the delicious food that she would make for my childhood is gone. So no gluten, no sugar, no anything.
Oh, wow.
And
so that's why you are the way you are.
Yeah, because I haven't had anything delicious. And yes, I haven't had anything delicious in, I don't know, 14 years now, something like that.
You weren't exactly swimming in the good stuff back in the day either, it sounds like.
No, but like she put like your definition, which is all like the processed store-bought stuff. She would make her own bread. That was awesome. You come home, all the house was smelling like bread. It was great.
That's the best.
Yeah, it is. That is a great smell.
4th round, you're up.
I'm going to go back to the store-bought. I feel like I'm going to get shit on for these. My list is small. I'm taking the Keebler fudge stripes. So those ones that are like the little ring, they got the chocolate bedding underneath and the little, I don't know, the little stripes of the chocolate on top. I think that's a solid cookie. I think it's a solid cookie. I've never bought one myself, but I've had them. The Keebler fudge stripes.
They're fine.
You're not turning those down.
No.
Clem.
No.
Clem?
I like them.
I've turned them down.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't really need that.
Damn.
It's the perfect cookie for someone who's like, I'm in a cookie draft, but I don't eat a lot of cookies. That's, you go like, I know that one. That's one that I saw it at the lunch table in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Like,
That's kind of it. Yeah.
And I think we had them at the old
It's fine.
office one time for our snacks.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I missed that day.
Yeah, I don't like these either, but I love the Keebler elves.
Great mascot.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I respect what they do. So and this
They
is
work
like
hard.
this is a big part of the cookie aisle. So like I'm happy someone took it. Just wasn't gonna be me.
Okay.
Trent.
Yeah, good point. It's on the graphic. Feels right to be on the graphic.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Have we done homemade peanut butter cookies yet?
No.
No.
I'm gonna take that homemade peanut butter cookies. Actually, looking back, I probably could have taken that before gingerbread, but yeah, warm peanut butter cookies. This is another staple that my mom makes that is very, very good. The smell, and I know there's a couple guys here on the panel who don't like the peanut butter cookie thing. For me, it's right up my alley. They're soft. They got the little press down part on it. It's they're delicious. They're one of my favorites.
Not a peanut butter cookie guy. I don't think they're like ginger. I don't think they're bad, but I'm just not a. I like
How
nutter,
do you eat
I like Nutter Butter, but I don't love the peanut butter cookie. It's weird.
Interesting.
That is
Yeah.
weird. Do you need a milk for this? I feel like you would.
I would.
It's
prefer
preferred
milk.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it's preferred most definitely.
But I guess you could probably say that about all of these.
Yeah.
I like the peanut butter cookie. I feel like someone just needs to get the texture like 10% better, and then they're cooking with gas. Or you throw a fucking chocolate Hershey Kiss on top, and you're
You know what I think I've just discovered about myself a little bit?
What?
I don't like things that are like layered with sugar, like the texture of sugar. I don't think I like. It's like sandpapery.
Right, because you shit on sugar cookies, and that was stunning. That's going a little bit on it.
Yeah, I just don't like sugar cookies. I think they're so bland.
So I could flesh out an early thought. So do you guys agree with me? It's chocolate chip, oatmeal, sugar, peanut butter, and then snickerdoodles like the most popular 5.
Probably.
In that order.
Yeah, probably.
I think that's pretty close. Yeah, I think that's right.
I would say that's what I said. I think snickerdoodle could jump all 3 of those, but
absolutely.
Just finishing that thought I had from earlier.
Okay.
White Sox, Dave.
I'll go to the store-bought. Well, probably the one I've consumed the most. Probably the one we've all consumed the most just by default. But I'm gonna go with just Chips Ahoy, original,
standard.
OG.
Yeah, they're good. That's like what I think about the Rugrats cookie too.
And that's my number one go-to because they're still a little chewy.
Don't
Chips
they
Ahoy,
differentiate between?
Yeah, they have the
have
ones
the
that are
chewy
like
one,
fucking goo cookies. They have the chewy one, but the OGs.
So if you're a goo guy, why aren't you taking the chewy one?
That's a good question.
You typically don't have a glass of milk on you. With the
goo?
With the goo.
Why? Where you're taking these in the car? These are always at your house.
These are like these are like the road trip cookies. Like, what do you mean?
Chips Ahoy.
I never have cookies in my house. I don't have stuff like that in my house. But like these are like the impulse buy. I feel like when you're checking out at a grocery store, or whatever, or at a gas station. It's like it's maybe not everybody's favorite cookie, but it's the one that you kind of see the most.
It's like an old reliable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
definitely
deserved to be drafted. Probably appropriate in the 4th round.
Yeah,
I don't really like them, but I respect them.
I took them in the sweet snacks draft. I like them.
Okay.
I've never been a fan personally.
Yeah,
I respect what they did for the game.
Yeah, they're not for me, but whatever.
All right, to me, I'm gonna go Thin Mints, which I know might be polarizing, but I like Thin Mints. Take them out of the freezer. They got a nice texture.
The Girl Scout?
Yeah, Girl Scouts Thin Mints.
Never had one.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really had any Girl Scout cookies.
Never had. Oh man,
I don't think so.
For real?
Yeah, I think so. My sisters were never in it. I don't know. My mom.
I don't think my sisters were either.
Okay.
But I've eaten a lot of Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, I've never had them.
I'm not a Thin Mint guy. I'm not a mint. I don't like the whole mint movement. I don't like the ice cream. I don't like Thin Mints. For some reason, it's just I've been against it for a while, and it doesn't match my palate.
I love it.
Chocolate, anything.
No.
I love mint. I love eating it, and the whole mint. There was always a keep mint in the bathroom. I believe that was Trent's movement that he had. And
that was me, yeah.
Vehement opponent of it as well. So I like the pickhead, but it's a another divisive pick that you're going to have people on both sides of the aisle either screaming at you or loving you.
But I'd say it's considered a top 3 Girl Scout cookie, right?
Yes, this is 2 of the big 3.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
All right. Yeah, and that's my favorite. Like I said, pull them out of the freezer. They're great. Clem, you're up again.
And my daughter sells Girl Scout cookies. By the way, shout out to everyone who's ever bought from my daughter. We've just crushed the Barstool bump that Dave got. We've gotten like the last few years, and she's winning all the fuck. We have a fucking. My wife won what are those called? AirPods, the headphones. We got a Oculus. Like we get like awesome prizes just because I tweeted out once a year the link, and people just buy it. But I got to get like the data for all the cookies she sold, and it's crazy. It's like the big 3 make up like 90% of all the sales, and then the other like 10 or the other 10%. It's crazy how big those 3 go. I'll have to look back to see which ones finished first, second, and third. I think Samoas and Thin Mints were definitely the top 2.
They gotta be.
Thin Mint in the freezer is like tomato soup to grilled cheese. It's like you could have it on its own, but it's like the pairing is what really makes it, take off.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm here for my last 2. I'm going to start the first one off. I drafted this in the desserts draft, and I don't know how many of you guys had them, but it's rainbow cookies, 3-color, and it's the ones, I like the ones that are chocolate. They have the little chocolate sprinkles on top. There's like people, some make homemade different ways. I do not like those. Ken Jack used them on the last one. It's like the way Cake Bites makes them. They're, what is it? Red, like it's like a pinkish red, yellow, and green, and has like the little jelly in between.
Is this an Italian thing?
It's an Italian cookie, yeah. And they're always
that
like
Rico brought us.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck these things.
Yeah, I don't do these things.
I think you guys said that to me when I drafted them at the last time. You haven't had the good ones though, because the good ones you would never say that about. Just flat.
This has got to be an East Coast thing, right?
Yeah,
because
it is.
Growing up in the Midwest, I never even thought about this or what it was.
No associate with Italians usually.
Yeah, I won't talk to them.
That's not true. There's a lot of Italian bakeries that have these. I like them. I respect them. Clem, in the 4th round, I think it's a solid pick.
Yeah, it's like when you guys were killing Marty for the rice balls comment. It's like I know they're good. I'm not gonna argue with you about them. And Trent just ate a grape. Trent just ate a grape. I saw it.
I keep missing it. I keep missing
bullshit.
Wait a second. What's wrong with grapes?
He's just eating grapes right now during cookie drafts. Like,
grapes are delicious,
man. He's such a health
fucking freak. Bullshit, man. Absolute bullshit.
Oh man.
And then I'm gonna round this one off with you go a lot of different ways with this variety. I'll just go with the from the kiosk or whatever, the store in the mall, the Mrs. Fields cookie, chocolate chip.
Mm-hmm.
I like my goo. I wanted to have a chocolate chip in some variety, some way. And I feel like the smell alone is worth the price of admission. Kind of brings you back to the mall, which was, I know Ed's a big mall guy. So
yeah,
I'll take Mrs. Fields chocolate chip.
Was it this the one where I can't remember what draft it was, but we found out that they just bake like empty sheets with sugar on it to just get the smell going. They just have like hot empty baking sheets in the oven. Yeah. Someone told us that.
That'd be smart. And then Annie Ann's probably just, does a little bit of butter and stuff like pretzel shit.
And it just wafts into your nose and you walk there. It's out of your control. It's like hypnosis. Yeah.
Similar feeling about these. I think they're better than Keebler fudge stripes, but similar feeling. Like there's a place for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're at the cookie table for sure. Back to me. I'm gonna take one that probably no one here has ever had, but they're amazing. Is an Italian almond cookie.
I hate it.
They're amazing. Like I said, it's a 5th rounder, so I knew what I was doing there, which I'm fine with. It's kind of where you show love to something that is not as popular. That's what I did with this.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody wants a fucking lights out Italian almond cookie in Chicago, Diversey in Harlem, Il Giardino del Dolce, it is fucking lights out.
That the same store?
Yeah, four.
Wow, that's a big name.
It's a big name.
I'm good with. So I don't agree with Captain Conzen a lot. I think the Italians have to step up their cookie game a little bit, but I do think the almond and the rainbow are two that can definitely stick around for the future. But there's a lot of bad stuff in that tray of cookies that you get around Christmas time.
But is it that, Clem, or are places just making them bad?
That could be that.
Because this place makes them great, and I never had this feeling about them before I had this place.
I had never heard of these before.
Nor have I.
You've seen them though.
Yeah.
Google Italian
I
almond
Googled
cookie.
it. I recognize them, but I thought they had like a lemon flavor.
Nah, you've
like
seen
by
them
the
for
looks.
sure.
Yeah, by the looks of it.
I feel like I said, I knew this reaction would be it. I'm fine with it. It's I just and I want to shine spotlight on something that deserves more respect. And the Italian almond cookie deserves more respect. A lot of tomatoes. So many places do a great job with these.
I'm scared to agree with you, Ed, because I feel a very anti-Italian bias in this room. I'm bordering on racism, to be honest with you. So I don't feel very comfortable.
Italian's not race.
You're right.
Yeah, sure, not race.
It's an ethnicity.
He just dehumanized Italians with one sentence. So they're not even a race. Get them out of here.
Hey, Tommy DeVito. Hey, look at this guy. He talks with his hands. I mean, we kind of brought it ourselves with this season.
I had 7 more on my list, too. So,
Eddie, I got like 20 still.
White Sox Dave.
I'm just going to go with something that I would eat the shit out of. anytime and every time, I'm going to go with double chocolate chunk. It's a chocolate chip cookie, but you use cocoa powder to bake the cookie instead of whatever, a normal chocolate, so it's a brown cookie.
I hate these.
You're
too much chocolate.
It's way too much chocolate.
I don't care. There's no such thing as too much chocolate.
This
chocolate
cookie proves that there is.
Fucking incredible.
Yeah, we're just gonna go separate ways with the chocolate thing. That's a lot of chocolate. It's a lot.
Nah,
it's too much for me.
I was doing a little bit of research because I couldn't come up with any cookies, and I saw that pop up, and I just kept scrolling. Just keep not adding.
You guys are nuts.
List.
You would eat the shit out of that with like a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top of it.
No.
That I might do. If you add vanilla ice cream to them,
right? Well, you're changing it.
Yeah,
you're changing it.
That's almost like you're having a piece of chocolate cake with ice cream. But yeah, go ahead, Dave. That's your pick.
Yeah. That's my pick, and it's an awesome cookie.
Trent, you're up. Will you stray away from the homemade? You've got 4 homemades. Are you gonna go store going homemade?
I'm gonna stray away from it, and it's because of something you said, Eddie, with your last pick, where you're just picking something that I genuinely like it, and I think it needs more love. I'm actually not completely sure what the perception of this is. People could like it, or they could never want me. You guys are never gonna allow me on their show again. But I like a Biscoff cookie.
It was on my list.
The airplane cookies?
Yeah, they're good.
They are good.
Those are good with a little coffee, too. Those are real nice.
They are so good with, and it is the airplane cookie. That hurts the image a little bit, I will say. But I'm glad that they have them on airplanes when I'm on them. Yeah, a little bit of coffee with these, and I think you're having a pretty damn good time.
You eat it because it's there, not because it's good.
Yeah.
It's like a waffle cone almost. Like they're pretty good.
They are. Yeah. They're good.
They're fine.
I feel like I drafted this for something and got roasted.
Yeah, I'm making
so you're
fun
going
of
a lot easier on Trent, I would say.
I've never turned one down on an airplane. I've never enjoyed one that I've consumed.
I don't know. I don't think these are cookies, but I do want to give them a little shine. Whatever those chocolate quinoa things that they've started serving on airplanes are fucking awesome.
Are awesome.
Are they cookies? Because if
they have sea salt on them.
If they're a cookie, I'm going to draft it right now, Mr. Irrelevant. They're not a cookie.
I don't even know what that is.
I know what he's talking about because I made a point the last time
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
That's like a crack. It's a quinoa.
But it's chalk covered in chalk. It might be
it's
a
like
cookie.
A cracker, kind of.
Undercover is that what we're talking about here? Dark chocolate and sea salt? I've never heard of
That's what it is. Yes, it's a dark chocolate. And they're awesome. They're kind of They're kind of like.
They might be a cookie. Are they a cookie?
No.
It says crisps, chocolate crisps.
That's what they call it. Yes, it's like a chip, kind of.
It has a 3 rating on Amazon. I've never seen a rating that low for anything on Amazon.
They're good. I swear they're good. I swear they're good. If they give me the option between the little mustard dusted pretzels or that, I'm taking that every time.
All right, Biscoff off the board. Chief, you're up. Mr. Irrelevant.
I'm taking the pumpkin cookie. You guys had those? Nope. On Thanksgiving? It's like, have you ever been at Panera where you have your like pumpkin muffin top? There's basically that with a little bit of icing on it. They're really good.
Really?
Yeah.
I like pumpkin anything.
Yeah.
I'll get all basic Becky in this bitch.
It's definitely like a seasonal, like a Thanksgiving, but like if you like a pumpkin muffin, you would love this because it gives it like just a little bit more crunch with soft on the inside, and then you just drizzle a little bit of frosting over it, and it's awesome.
Only good in October?
You can stretch it all the way through Thanksgiving, I think. Yeah.
So 2-month cookie we're doing here.
Did we not take like a gazillion winter Christmas cookies? Sugar cookies are Christmas cookies.
No.
Snickerdoodles are Christmas cookies.
No.
Gingerbread man is Christmas. Those are all Christmas.
Listen, you could get gingerbread, I get, but sugar, no. Snickerdoodle, no.
Talk about tilt. That's a revolving
I think they're more cold weather. I would agree. I don't think you're serving those at a 4th of July barbecue.
Yeah, you're not.
Snickerdoodles are...
Nope, that's wintertime.
If it were up to me, you'd serve it all year round. They're so good.
Pumpkin should be replaced. The pumpkin being the taste of fall should be replaced by apple. I've been saying that for years as well, and it's the correct opinion.
I like them both. I think there's room on the table for pumpkin and apple. They can get along.
I agree with that.
Sure.
All right, let's do some honorable mentions. I'll read it, and we'll get out of here. I guess me and Clem could just have a name off after it. We'll go with you first, Chief.
Who am I voting for?
Well, do you have any honorable mentions?
I had these as a kid. I used to eat them a lot. They're similar, I think, to a golden Oreo. They're called Vienna fingers. They're like it comes in like a red package, and they're like, I don't know, like maybe 2 or 3 inches long with a vanilla frosting in the middle. I had those.
They did a double stuff of those once, and they were fucking awesome. And
Okay.
it was like, more cookies need to do that.
I haven't seen them in forever, but I used to have those as like a little. My mom would put them in my lunch sometime if she didn't have time to make her homemade chocolate chips. And then you guys know what pecan balls are, or pecan melt-aways, or like some people I think maybe call them snowballs. They're like another kind of holiday.
The powdered sugar.
Yeah, I like those too. But that is if you don't have like a pint glass of milk, you're not like, even though it's just like a little thing, it's hard to eat without the milk. So, but I did like those back in the day too.
Like the Hostess?
No, I mean Marianne made them, so I don't know, but they were. I think those are pretty good cookie too. They're crumbly. There's almost like a shortbread kind of consistency to them.
Dave?
Chips Ahoy Chewy, Keebler Chips Deluxe, Farmhouse Thin and Crispy, Famous. I don't think I've ever had this one, but I was scrolling and saw it. Famous Agent Belgian Chocolate. I don't know. Belgian chocolate sounds awesome. I don't know.
Famous Amos?
Yeah.
Yeah, Famous Amos. Those are like a big name.
No, I know the Famous Amos is, but Belgian chocolate was one of them. I scrolled across. I'm like, that sounds fucking delicious. I don't know if I've ever had them though. That's it.
I don't know how I forgot about Famous Amos. I'm a big Famous Amos guy. Anything, Trent?
Yeah, I had 3. I had EL Fudge Double Stuff. You guys ever have those? They're their sandwich brand double stuff. I had a run with those for like 2 years. I ate them all the time. Very good.
Very good. Yep.
And then the last 2 are Girl Scout cookies. I like the lemon Girl Scout cookies. I think they might be called lemonades. I don't know if that's accurate or not. And then I like the peanut butter sandwich ones.
Tagalongs.
Is that the third most popular one, or Clem? You never said.
Yeah. Yep. Tagalongs. That's the third of the big 3.
I think Trent might have pulled a Joe Jackson or something on this draft.
Why?
What does that mean?
I mean, I think he tanked it.
He threw the draft.
He threw the draft, and now he's
I
talking
don't
about
think he has the worst draft.
The lemon Girl Scout cookies. Those are like inedible.
I think he had a pretty good draft, Trent.
Appreciate that, Chief. I don't know. I don't draft. I draft for the things that I like. I thought that was the essence and the thesis of the show. I don't know.
Some people live by that motto. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not here to have a pretty graphic. I'm here to be truthful.
Mm-hmm. You want me to go, or you first, Clem?
Should we just go one like we just match each other here?
Yeah, sure.
This is like a dozen bonus round where you just trade off. Yeah.
I'm gonna give a category. It didn't get named, but first off, I'll say that frosted animal cookies.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I did right. I want to shout out animal cookies in general, so I'm with you on that. The frosted ones in particular. It's like a hybrid. It's like not quite a cracker, not quite a cookie, and it kind of just sits in the middle. Good ass fucking, and it's one of those things you stop eating as you get older, and then when you get like as a dad, I'm like, oh shit. When we get it for the kids, I'm like, why did I ever stop eating animal crackers? They're fucking awesome. You can play around with them, like you said. Oh, elephant lost his trunk. You just eat it right off. Have some fun.
Yep. What do you got?
Dutch cocoa. It's like the soft cookie. I think is it Armway or something in the red box. But they're like they're chocolate and they have like the sugar on top, like the hard sugar. They're a soft cookie though. I don't know. It's one of those things that you have to have or know what I'm talking about to really appreciate it. But they are a good ass cookie. Dutch cocoa.
I remember that. I'll toss the whole Pepperidge Farm brand went undrafted. I mean, you got Brussels and Genevas are good. I'm not a Milano's guy, but
shout out Mike Portnoy.
Yeah, was that the one that he ate for 20 years? And decided I never like these.
But
he had for breakfast every day for 20 years, 30 years.
I'm honestly convinced that a lot of people feel that way about Milano's. Like they're not that good
for 30 years.
Yeah, I think so.
But you don't realize you dislike a food. You know you dislike it the first time you eat it.
Sometimes it's just like you just.
I don't know if I could do something for 30 years and be like, I'd never liked them. 30 years is a long fucking time.
I had Milano and Montauk as well. I like the Montauk. I think it's the milk chocolate chip cookie. That's my go-to Pepperidge Farm, but no Pepperidge Farm on the graphic. We're gonna get some hate from the Pepperidge Farm clan out there. I'm sure there's a few.
Oh yeah.
My next one here, a skillet cookie. I didn't know if this was gonna fly, but if you go to like a Chili's or like a restaurant, you get like a little ice cream on there or something. Yeah. And kind of in the same vein, a cookie cake, a little chocolate chip cookie cake. You get like "Happy Birthday, Trent Christensen" on the cookie cake or something like that, and frosting. I like having some frosting on my stuff.
Yeah. Salerno butter cookie. I don't know if that's a local thing or not, but
Fig Newtons. I like Fig Newtons. I don't ever, after learning about where figs come from, though, I can't eat them anymore.
Wait, where do they come from?
You don't want to know.
I wrote a blog about it. I thought we talked about this. I wrote a blog about this video.
It's like a bug fucks a plant and dies in the fig.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, bleep that! Bleep that! Just throw that at people right now. They're gonna find.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that's like just how figs are made. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Interspecies breeding.
Nuts.
I don't know how that works exactly. I can't remember, but I saw a video on it. Maybe it was from your blog, but did you write this blog like 8 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
yes, it was back in the day. Yeah.
Traumatized me. Never have a fig again.
I got the cherry butter cookies, like similar to the one that you took one overall, but those are Christmas time ones.
Yep.
With the cherry in the middle. Those are good.
Kind of going off of that, I got the Stella D'Oro with the little chocolate in the middle, as well as the Stella D'Oro, the one that's shaped like an S. And the reason why is because people, for some reason, said you can eat those for breakfast. Those cookies are allowed for breakfast, which I always loved.
Vanilla wafers. You're a big vanilla wafer guy.
I don't know if I've ever had a vanilla wafer.
Yeah, you have.
I was wondering if those were going to be like a gray area.
I think that's a cookie.
No, that's a cookie.
I think it counts.
Sure.
So it's definitely in the cookie aisle. Yeah. Well, you said the Nutter Buddies were not allowed, or whatever it was, the Little Debbie's, and it's kind of in the similar vein, right? It's a wafer.
Yeah, I guess. But it's
So, do you guys have Aldi out there?
Yeah.
On the East Coast.
Oh,
so my parents would shop at Aldi, and those sugar, like the multicolored stick things.
Oh yeah.
That's something that is completely I would ignore typically. Those things are incredible. But I think they're
wafers
weirdly,
with like the cream.
But
in the
they
middle.
say cookie on them.
I love
feel
those.
Like.
Yeah, they're strawberry,
chocolate, vanilla, yeah.
Vanilla.
But I swear they say cookie in it, but they don't. They're stick form. But it says cookie on the packaging for some reason.
Yeah. I just got 2 more, Clem. I'll say them, and then you could finish yours. Lorna Doones. I like a good shortbread. Hey, a fortune cookie.
Oh, nice.
What do you mean?
They're more fun than they are good.
Yeah, all right.
The sound that the paper makes when you pull it out of the cookie makes my skin crawl so much.
That's why you gotta eat. You gotta smash it.
Yeah, but it's this.
I can see that.
It makes my skin crawl so hard.
Also stunning, probably the #1 vending machine cookie. Not even got sniffed at so far, and it's all the Grandma's brands. I don't know
Grandma's,
I'm not a big fan of those. So, Clem, what else you got? And then we'll do it.
They're good if you're in the pinch for a cookie, but yeah, I'm not a big Grandma's guy. I guess I don't know if it's even a real cookie that goes, but the shortbread. Stu Leonard's made the Ted Lasso shortbreads. I think they got the recipe or whatever, and they are out of this fucking world. You know why Ted Lasso, like everyone melts whenever they eat them in the show. Shout out my girl with the brown bonnet on, my girl or the girl with the bonnet, Little Debbie, oatmeal cream pies. Just feels weird saying cream pies though. It's one of those things that gets ruined to you as you get older. The deluxe grams by the Keebler Elves, another good one. It's like a graham kind of a cookie with chocolate on top. This one was a little different because you don't think of this in the cookie aisle, but they are cookies, I think, technically. Dunkaroos.
Yeah, I think that qualifies.
Yep. Again, shout out graham crackers. I love them.
They
feel like more of a cookie than a cracker, but yeah, they're just one of those things you throw back. Very versatile. I
like Teddy Grahams too. That's kind of a
Teddy Grahams. That's a good one. Royal Dansk. That's those the sewing ones. It's like the comes in the blue tin tray.
Dude, those are fucking great. Shout
everyone
out
gets so mad.
Shout out Cliff DiMartino. He sends that to us every year, I think.
Oh, really?
You know the blue tins that are downstairs in the kitchen?
Yeah.
They're fucking lights out.
Okay.
It's like a shortbread kind of cookie.
Yeah.
Butter cookie.
I feel like that's like every grandma has those in their house.
Yeah, they got sewing shit.
They are so good.
It's crazy how many people have sewing. Like I've been to the house and I you just open it up, it's like sewing kits every time.
Yeah.
I like the pretzel one. I don't really like the other ones, but the one that's shaped like a pretzel I always like. And then I don't know if anyone's had these butterscotchies. It's basically an oatmeal cookie, but it has like butterscotch like chips instead of chocolate chips or raisins or whatever. My buddy made them once and they were like the best cookie I've ever had, but I've only had them that one time. So they were great. And Sandy's too, because that won us a dozen game that one time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, then. I will name them off, and then we'll vote off who had the worst one. I think this is going to be interesting. Clem, homemade peanut butter blossom, Girl Scouts, Samoa's, black and white, Cake Bites, Italian rainbow, Mrs. Fields, chocolate chip, Eddie, homemade chocolate chip, Nutter Butter, Tate's chocolate chip, Girl Scouts, Thin Mints, Italian almond cookie, White Sox Dave, homemade macadamia nuts, homemade M&M, regular Oreo, Chips Ahoy, homemade double chunk chocolate chunk. Trent, homemade snickerdoodle, homemade sugar, homemade gingerbread, homemade peanut butter, Biscoff. Chief, homemade oatmeal raisin, double stuff Oreo, homemade oatmeal chocolate chip, Keebler fudge stripes, pumpkin. Damn, this is kind of hard.
Yeah.
I don't really think it is.
Well, who are you voting for then?
You son of a bitch.
I mean, gingerbread's fucking awful.
Wait, how does this process go again?
So you gotta vote
for whoever is the worst. Yeah, the worst.
And then how do we vote?
Well,
just type it on like a blank text on your phone.
Just say it. That's all we do anyways.
Who do you got, Chief?
I voted for Dave.
Dave, who do you got?
Trent.
Clem, who do you got?
Ginger Trent.
Trent, who do you got?
White Sox Dave, M&M cookies.
So is that 2-2?
Yeah.
Oh, the hammer!
I was very close to voting for you. I wrote your name down first, but
That's
then you
crazy.
had chocolate chip, so I had to.
Chief, I was thinking you Chief, but I heard double stuff, and I was like your get out of jail free card. There was no way I could vote for double stuff.
Thank you.
Biscoff and gingerbread.
I'm sorry, Trent. I got to do it.
Jesus. Biscoff and I was
You guys, I come on this show and I get voted off the polls. It's like
I forgot.
I'm the only guy in the draft which we're not going to talk about. The draft we're not going to talk about. The only guy who took fast food places in the fast food draft got left off the poll, which is crazy. And now it's crazy. Now I get left off the poll again. It's like,
hey, I wouldn't have left you off.
What am I doing?
Trent, I would not have left you off. We did have Panera delivered to the office yesterday too, by the way.
It was great.
It's crazy.
I
listen.
It looked gross.
I love coming on. I just hate being left off the poll every single time.
I know. It's a reason to come back though, Trent. One day you just got to keep drafting, keep shooting, get on that.
We should
poll.
just do like an Iowa draft and just have Trent on.
Hey, speaking of which, Trent, I meant to text you this. I was down in at Sydney Wells's over the break, and I had a piece of breakfast pizza from Casey's.
Thoughts?
Excellent. It was fantastic.
All right, good.
At least I honestly, I bought one piece, ate it as I was filling up. Went inside, bought a second piece. It hit the spot so much, and I think it's so good. I might put it right up there with the sausage egg muffin at McDonald's.
Whoa,
that is as
I showed
big
it
of
to
a
you,
compliment
dude, at Mizzou.
Yeah, you guys
did. I have it there too?
Yeah,
we went out of our way to
yeah,
get
and
it.
I was like, you gotta try
I
it.
fucking loved it. I don't even remember having it there.
Yeah,
Dave, I'm glad we were able to find some common ground there because you and I kind of had a little bit of a back and forth on this here draft, but you showing love to Casey's Breakfast Pizza, that means the world to me.
And the last time I was driving through Iowa, I did get a speeding ticket at the on I-80 heading westbound, and I tweeted something about it, and everyone's like, "Yeah, welcome to Iowa." Everybody's gotten a speeding ticket on that part of
we should do an Iowa draft, and someone can take like Brad Banks, and someone can take that truck stop.
Is the union still open?
What?
Is the union still open? Well, what's the name of the big bar there?
Well, Union's one of them for sure. Boy, it's been a while since I've even been back, but it might still be open. I don't want to be patronized where we got to do an Iowa draft.
I like the idea of an Iowa draft.
Finally have a draft where
we're
I'm going to
draft corn.
I don't know that you're going to be on the poll for an Iowa draft. I just think it would be fun to do an Iowa draft.
I mean, the way that these are going, I don't think I'm going to be on the poll either, Chief. So
honestly, if you had just punted, I hate to say that word as to an Iowa fan, but if you just punted like the last couple picks, you would have been on the graphic too, because you were on pace to maybe be on the graphic in the draft that should not be mentioned. That last pick, it changed the way I thought about you.
Can I tell you another thing? Can I tell you another thing about this? Going back to the draft that we're not going to talk about. In this draft, I thought about drafting Subway white chocolate macadamia nut cookie. That is a very good cookie. People sleep on that cookie. I wanted riots in the streets when I brought that up, but I decided not to, and I still got left off the poll.
Oh, fuck.
Ugh.
All right.
Whatever.
I'm going to wrap this up. Trent, thanks. You'll get one.
And thanks to the other Trent, too.
Yeah. Trent Christensen.
Yeah,
thank
really.
you.
Shout out to Trent Christensen. He was the real star.
Yeah, he was the star of the show today.
Clem, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
See ya, Hibachi, Clem.
Yeah, see you at Hibachi. Oh, which, by the way, let me just clear my name. We never said we're not going to do Hibachi until we all do it together. It was like, next time you're in town, we'll do Hibachi. I know I have 3 Hibachi dates per year, no matter what. April 6th, June 29th, November 11th. Those are going to happen every year to the day I die.
Okay.
So I'm just letting you guys know now. That's going to be the case. I have to go.
If you want to do it with your family, that's fine. But if you go with, like, Feidelberg and we find
100%.
out about it, that's a problem.
Never talk to me again if I go to like just a friend thing. Yeah, for sure.
All right, then. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.